What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Anthony. Welcome to Recovery as Possible. Today we have a special artist. It's from the East Coast, Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania. His name's Colicchie. He's been in recovery for almost, I think he said 21 years. He's been doing this. And so this next song is called Drug Addiction. So let's get into it. Without further ado, before we get to it, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. You know what time it is. Colicchie, the stage is yours. Let's get it.
Colicchie. You see, everybody got a story to tell. Well, here's mine. My pain's deep, I've been through hell. I managed to survive, so I got a story to tell. Listen, I stand victorious, make the sign of the cross. Look, I'm here to be the voice for every friend I've ever lost. Let me pray.
He's already getting into it, guys. You know, this is a story for the ones that we've already lost, you know. Before he even gets into, you know, spitting his bars, you know, this is for the ones that we've lost, you know. We don't know what it feels like to be lost, you know. So I'm here now as the voice for all the friends that I've lost.
Just make the sign of the cross. Look, I'm here to be the voice for every friend I've ever lost. Let me pray as I put together my hands. I've never been ashamed to tell you the person I am. When it comes to doing drugs, I've never been a rookie. But hold up, let me tell you about the places that they took me.
I had never been afraid of, you know, I've always been a professional at doing drugs, you know. So let's see where it's taken me, though, you know. Let's go down this journey, guys. Let me take you down to the world that I've been living in, you know, in an active addiction. It's scary, y'all. The life of an addict is not easy, you know. It's hard. It's scary, though, you know. It can be very scary at times. You don't know if you're going to live or die. You don't know if you're going to be another person on Facebook that says rest in peace. I know I don't want to be.
As I put together my hands, I've never been ashamed to tell you the person I am. When it comes to doing drugs, I've never been a rookie. But hold up, let me tell you about the places that they took me. I haven't showered, it's been possibly a week, and I'm so deep in a psychosis, impossible to speak. The coke is in my arm, now it's impossible to sleep. My throat's numb, closed shut, so it's impossible to eat.
So many drugs can take over your body, y'all. You know, that psychosis is real. You know, and once you get in that psychosis, it's just hard to get out. I've been there, done that, where I've been so intoxicated that I'm so paranoid. I think everybody's out to get me, you know. But it's only in my own head. My mind's playing tricks on me because of the drug. The drug's doing this to me, guys. This ain't really me.
It's been possibly a week, and I'm so deep in a psychosis, impossible to speak. That coke is in my arm, now it's impossible to sleep. My throat's numb, closed shut, so it's impossible to eat. Losing weight's a part of my daily routine. I always use against my will, just praying I was clean. So nod your head if you understand what I mean. When I was growing up, I never thought that I would be a fiend, ever. My life.
Facts, guys. Facts. When I was young, I wanted to be a professional football, baseball player. When I got a little older, I wanted to work in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You know, I wanted to go to the military. You know, I never thought I was going to be a fiend, you know, at 15, 16 years old. When I was using drugs at that age, I thought I was just having a good time fitting in, everybody. I didn't know I was going to be a dope fiend later on down the road.
If you understand what I mean, when I was growing up, I never thought that I would be a fiend, ever. My life's tumultuous, it's never getting better. Another abscess from my arm is getting severed. My exquisite vision depiction of
another abscess from my arm getting severed. I never had to go through that, you know. Never had to go into the hospital and be like, listen, this is what's happened because I'm shooting up. But I've known people that does. Those abscesses are no joke. I've known people that have to get their whole arm cut off because they won't stop using the needle. You know, they get so many abscesses. It's sickening, guys.
I will just praying I was clean. So nod your head if you understand what I mean. When I was growing up, I never thought that I would be a fiend ever. My life's tumultuous, it's never getting better. Another abscess from my arm is getting severed. My exquisite vision, depiction of dereliction, livid living conditions, malicious on a mission. All these Green Tree cops, look, they all know me by my first name. Paramedics had to revive me, this ain't a game. I want the same.
Ain't that the truth, everybody? You know, back in my hometown, you know, the cops knew me by my first name. They walked, you know, if I was walking down the road and they knew I had a warrant, they come up to me and like, listen, we know who you are. You got a warrant. Put your hands behind your back. You know, and that's sickening. It's sad, guys. That you can't even go outside, you know, without being worried about being bothered by the police or not because you don't remember what you did the day before or months before because of your addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's bad.
Getting better, another abscess from my arm is getting severed. My exquisite vision, depiction of dereliction, livid living conditions, malicious on a mission. All these Green Tree cops, look, they all know me by my first name. Paramedics had to revive me, this ain't a game. I worn the same clothes for like the last 10 days. And look, I wanna do better, but I don't know a different way. Completely all alone, I'm sitting in this room. I empty out the bags, brown liquid in the spoon. I have to do a lot, can no longer do a little. The water's been added, I place the cotton in the middle. I'm sucking every drop up into this plastic devices. I am tying off, I'm trying to find a decent vein to strike. I shove it ever so gently up.
Been many times. I've been there myself. I've seen people trying to hit those veins to get high, but they can't because they've done it so many times that their veins have just collapsed or just flat out disappeared. You know, and that's what you know how people really hurt themselves after they start figuring out that they can't you know put their drug in their system, so they figure out any ways and means to do it. You know, it's sad, but I've been there. I've been in those footsteps, not knowing you know how I'm gonna get high because I don't know how. It's bad, guys. It's bad.
The water's been added, I place the cotton in the middle. I'm sucking every drop up into this plastic devices. I am tying off, I'm trying to find a decent vein to strike. I shove it ever so gently up underneath my skin as I'm pulling back the plunger to this blood in the syringe. I push it in and try to drift away to heaven, but criminals like me, that's never the place that we're headed. The guilt, shame, remorse, and regret I never address, and I'm a mess from all this pain and this anguish. I'm filled with stress, overdoses, I'm emotionally broken, this ain't a joke. I'm smoking on a Newport, I never have any hope. This is me, I'm feeling like I don't deserve more. I feel disgusted as I'm pushing on this burnt shore. Someone stole the vinegar in the midst of a blackout.
You know, he goes from shooting up to, you know, hitting a burnt shore, crack pipe. You know, so he's basically doing whatever he wants, you know, whatever drug he needs to fulfill that fixture he needs, you know. He's doing everything, y'all. Needles, crack pipes, you know. And I've been the same way, you know, just to feel not in reality, I guess you could say. You don't want to feel that pain you're going through no more, that suffering that you think you're going through, that, you know, that you can get through this if you ask for help. But once you turn to the drugs take over, you know. They begin to take over your soul, your mind, your body, until you know you are on your knees praying for some kind of fix. But the only fix you need is God.
Newport, I never have any hope. This is me, I'm feeling like I don't deserve more. I feel disgusted as I'm pushing on this burnt shore. Someone stole the vinegar in the midst of a blackout. Another shooting gallery, another crack house. On the porch, welcome to hell is on the floor mat. I'm glancing at my arms and all that.
Welcome to hell is on the floor, man. Ain't that the truth? Every trap house you ever go into is welcome to hell. You know, because this ain't supposed to be normal. You know, all these people on these couches on the floors all passed out because they're on drugs. You know, this ain't normal, guys. This is not okay. You know, I've been there. I've been in trap houses where I've been there for days, weeks, months, you know, year, hiding from the police, hiding from people that I've screwed over, you know, because I want that fix, I want that high, guys, you know. It's real. The struggle is real. It really is. Drugs have taken over this world in more places than you think. And we think it's okay because we're only having fun. The fun starts to become a chore. It becomes a job. You have to go out there and get that fix. It's sickening. Very sickening.
Burn shore, someone stole the vinegar in the midst of a blackout. Another shooting gallery, another crack house. On the porch, welcome to hell is on the floor, man. I'm glancing at my arms and all I ever see is sore tracks. I'm feeling.
When I was using the needle, y'all, I'd always wear long sleeves so people didn't know. I was ashamed of it. I didn't want you guys to see those. So I always wear long. It doesn't matter if it was 90 degrees outside. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt or a long sleeve shirt. That's how bad it was.
In the midst of a blackout, another shooting gallery, another crack house. On the porch, welcome to hell is on the floor, man. I'm glancing at my arms and all I ever see is sore tracks. I'm feeling filthy, dirty needles with the orange caps peeking out the window. Someone whispers, lock the door latch.
Paranoia is real when you're in the psychosis, y'all. You think everybody's out to get you. Lock that door latch. Why are you looking out that window? Why are you looking around that corner? Because the paranoia is real. You think anybody and everybody's out to get you. But it's only yourself, out to get yourself.
Filthy, dirty needles with the orange caps peeking out the window. Someone whispers, lock the door latch. We're blasting off, departing from this mothership. I look around as others search the cupboard for another hit. Crest, whitening strips, and Mach 3s. I'm on a suicidal mission till these cops try to stop me. We boosted every day selling.
I'm on a suicide mission till the cops come stop me. I'm going to continue to get high until the police comes arrest me. A suicidal mission. I'll do it every day until I can't do it no more. Now it's either going to be in a grave or it's going to be at an AANA meeting praising your higher power because you've made it another day. I know almost it'll be 19 months on Wednesday for me. Everyone's asked, do you get cravings? Do you get triggers? Everybody does. But it's how you let it take over your thought process is how you go forward from it. You could either let it go as a thought, because that's what it is. That's all it is a thought. Or you can act on it and try to get rid of that thought. Myself, I let it go, come in, go out. I don't let it affect me today. Because I have a life that I want to live with the people I want to live with. My wife, my family, my support groups, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, the friends that I do have. I'm doing this for myself. But watch, y'all, because, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for everybody because I want to be here to help. I'm not just doing this channel for me or my wife. I'm doing it for this. Maybe somebody out there hears this message and knows that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay.
Steaks for half price. Any dream I ever had was another hit. Crest, whitening strips, and Mach 3s. I'm on a suicidal mission till these cops try to stop me. We boosted every day selling steaks for half price. Any dream I ever had was shattered by glass pipes.
Stealing steaks and selling them for half price. I've known people, for Boost to do that, to fix, it's crazy, guys. You guys will do whatever you do to bring that plug, whatever you need, just to get a fix. You steal them from people, from stores, even personal people like your family. Just to get that one high, just to make life seem okay at that one moment. But as soon as that high is gone, you're back at ground zero, It's time to stop the bullshit, everybody. We don't need drugs to mask our emotions or feelings. We don't need drugs to make us happy. There's stuff out here that will help us be happy. Family, jobs, watching your young ones grow up, you know, instead of watching them from heaven.
Pipe, glass rose, devil got me in his lasso. Enter the gates of hell and I didn't even have a passcode. I'm hard-headed, I will never learn my lesson. You know the drill, commit a crime and get arrested.
I'm hard-headed, I'll never learn my lesson, y'all. And that's facts. You know, because I am hard-headed. Myself in general, you know. During my time of active addiction, I lie to myself, man. Not just the ones I'm loved to. Everybody, I lie to them just to make it seem like I'm okay. But I'm really in there trying to figure out a way to get someone to buy me some dope or something, you know? I can't feel this way, everybody. I'm tired of feeling this way. But I ain't got to feel that way no more. Because I found my drug. And that's sobriety. You know? The feelings that I get today, I've never had while in active addiction. The places I've been today, I will never been to while in active addiction. You know? I'm trying to change my life around. I hope you are too.
Glass rose, devil got me in his lasso. Enter the gates of hell and I didn't even have a passcode. I'm hard-headed, I will never learn my lesson. You know the drill, commit a crime and get arrested. The misery never ends, I spend another week in jail. I don't have friends, family never paid my bill, so I would withdraw and kick on that concrete floor. I feel I've had enough.
Every time I go to jail, you know, nobody'd answer my calls because they knew, you know. They knew that if I get back out, I'd probably end up dying, you know. So they let me sit. And they let me sit over and over again. And the same thing happened. As soon as I get out, I'd be okay for a few hours, but then I'd be back to the hustling and grustling, you know. It's bad, guys. You know, you gotta retrain that thought process, you know, where you need to tell yourself, I don't need this to feel okay. You know, I don't need this to hide my emotions. If I have feelings, let it out. Somebody's out there for you to talk to, guys. You know, instead of going out and finding the dope man, go out and find an AA or NA meeting. You know, that might help you a little bit more than that 20, 30, 40 hour minute high, you know. Go find a meeting.
And get arrested, the misery never ends, I spend another week in jail. I don't have friends, family never paid my bill, so I would withdraw and kick on that concrete floor. I feel I've had enough, but my body is screaming more. The food is horrible, but I haven't eaten in days. No reason to call home, cause
been a week or two since I've ate. I'm in jail. I'm gonna eat this nasty jail food, you know. I need something. I need to fill my body with some kind of nutrients. I've been filling it with evil potions for the last month, 2 months, years, 5 years, you know. I've been filling my body with poison. I need some food to regenerate.
My bill, so I would withdraw and kick on that concrete floor. I feel I've had enough, but my body is screaming more. The food is horrible, but I haven't eaten in days. No reason to call home, cause I got nothing left to say. I'm tired of this jail, I don't ever wanna see prison.
No reason to call home, guys, because it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna say the same thing, y'all. Y'all don't want to hear this, you know. But I need to call home and say I'm sorry, you know. Please help me. But no, you know, I'm usually calling home. Okay, can you buy me out? Hey, can you put some money on my books? You know, instead of saying, hey, I'm sorry, I need help. Please help me. You gotta change the thought process, guys. You gotta change everything about you if you want to get away from this addiction. Everything.
I've had enough, but my body is screaming more. The food is horrible, but I haven't eaten in days. No reason to call home, cause I got nothing left to say. I'm tired of this jail, I don't ever wanna see prison. Look, I'm tired and exhausted from this life that I am living. I would get a couple days clean and say that I was done, but every time I got released, I was back on the run. It's back.
Exactly what I said before, y'all. Every time I get released, I'm back on the run. I ain't gonna be on probation. You know, I'm not gonna go answer to the man once a week. Get a drug test. That's too hard. You know, I'd rather go out to these streets and get high. It's easier, you know. I don't gotta find a job. But that's not the way to live, y'all. It's not the way to live. Trust me. I did it for 20 some years. Job to job, state to state, you know, city to city. I tried to run away so many times that I wasn't running away from nobody but myself. You know, because I go and I still find the drugs. New Hampshire, Virginia, you know, Illinois, Tennessee. It doesn't matter, you know. It don't matter where you're at and what you're running from. If you want to find something, you're gonna find it. How about finding sobriety, y'all? Let's find recovery. Let's go look for that instead. That's gonna save your life.
Oh, I don't ever wanna see prison. Look, I'm tired and exhausted from this life that I am living. I would get a couple days clean and say that I was done, but every time I got released I was back on the run. It's back to thieving, lying, robbing and ripping and running. These problems I don't solve them, I'm crippled and sick to my stomach. I hang with prostitutes and these deadly degenerates. I'm homeless for the moment, but that's really quite irrelevant. The only thing that matters in life is my next high. I gotta be willing to change and give it my best try. I'm a servant and this heroin's my king. I'm feeling like a slave.
I'm a servant and heroin is my king. For me, methamphetamine was my king. You know, y'all have me, but I gotta get away from you guys. You know, you're not my I'm not your servant no more. You're not my king. I'm only the servant of one god or goddess, however you look at one higher power. You know, I'm the servant of my higher power, not no drug. Let's get it.
As I dangle from these puppet strings, I'm just a marionette, I'm staring at death as I am carrying regrets that are just tearing through my flesh. We're dealing with a topic we're so careless to neglect. We're dealing with a dilemma leaving every parent stressed. I'm so sick and tired though of being sick and tired, but then it finally happened, motivated by desire. I hit this point I wanted to change, enough is enough, my efforts been exhausted and I'm tired.
Motivation by desire and enough is enough, guys. I'm sick and tired of the life that I'm living. It's not getting me anywhere but to a grave or jail, prison, rehab. I'm tired of this evolving door that is called my life. Because nothing's changing. It's going round and round and round, but everything's the same. I got to get out and change the path I walk. Because the path that I'm walking since this point has got me nowhere but lost jobs, family members, significant others, children. You know, it don't matter. You're going to lose it all if you continue to strive down the path of drugs or alcohol. It's not going to help, guys. You got to believe in yourself. You got to get past the fact that this shit is not going to help you. It's not going to make you feel better. At the moment in time that you're doing it, maybe yes. But in the long run, it's going to do more damage than none. Believe me.
I'm so sick and tired though of being sick and tired, but then it finally happened, motivated by desire. I hit this point I wanted to change, enough is enough, my efforts been exhausted and I'm tired of being stuck. My faith is never blind and my future I barely see, but overnight was open-minded, I had this moment of clarity. So it begins and it's essential I believe, cause if it worked for you then it just has to work for me.
I'm seeing these guys in sobriety, guys. And if it's working for you, it has to work for me. How do I do it? What am I missing? What do I got to do, guys? How do I get past the point of relying on drugs to make it through the day or alcohol? Please. I see it working for you. How do I get it to work for me?
It begins and it's essential I believe, cause if it worked for you then it just has to work for me. Through all this pain there's gotta be a positive message. I talked about the past, now let's talk about the present.
We've already talked about the past. We talked about what drugs have done to me, what alcohol has done to me, you know, up to this point. And it's got me nowhere but in a cell or almost in a grave, y'all. But that's then. This is now. Let's talk about now.
longer living that way. For me it's a blessing, but with one bad decision I am back in that obsession. And no,
One bad decision, like you just said, guys, you're back in that lifestyle. You gotta change that thought process, like I've been saying, because one bad thought can make it all go away. Well, you gotta act on that thought for it to be a thought, be an action. You gotta act on it. If you don't act on it and you go the other way, it might be different. You know, let's go, instead of going left with the drugs, let's go right to the right way.
03 was diagnosed with hepatitis C. I utilize the bad, it's always been the fuel for driving me. And then you ask me, why do I give this my all? I'm not trying to see rest in peace on my Facebook wall. I got clean in 05 and started rapping. I started touching lies, I never thought that this would happen. The shit today, trust me, it isn't heroin. It's killing everybody in the comments are disparaging. No one cares or gives a fuck that I'm clean. For them another deadly overdose is just something to say. Look,
You know, a few months ago, I was putting on my Facebook wall, how many months I've been clean and sober. And someone got on there and, basically just dog trashed me. Like, no one cares. Well, I don't care if nobody cares. I care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. If you're just trying to downgrade the fact that I'm sober, then he's all like, oh, I've been clean for so long. I'm like, okay, congratulations. But why are you dampering on me? Just because I'm proud of the progress that I've made. That person knows who he is.
no one cares or gives a fuck that I'm clean. For them another deadly overdose is just something to say. Look, I pay attention to every post that I read as you were sitting there judging in front of your iPhone screen, talking about these dying addicts and how they are worthless, and if they put a needle in their arm then they deserve it.
These dying addicts and they're worthless, putting needles in their arms so they deserve it. Whoever's saying that needs to just be smacked. I agree. That's my opinion. Because addiction is a disease, y'all. It's a disease. I don't care who you are. And if you disagree with it, okay, fine. My opinion is it is a 100% factual disease. Because it can kill you, You continue to walk down the path of addiction, it will end you going into a grave. Period.
Talking about these dying addicts and how they are worthless, and if they put a needle in their arm then they deserve it. But that's someone's mother, someone's uncle, someone's daughter, and that's someone's aunt, someone's son, and someone's father.
You want to continue to talk about these people, how they're worthless and they're old, junkies. But at the end of the day, that's someone's mother, father, son, or daughter. That's still a human being, and they have a problem. Let's help them with the problem before it ends tragedy. Ends in tragedy. That's the way I see it, guys. Instead of dogging these people, let's lend a hand out. I know it's hard to trust an addict. It really is, because they lie, cheat, and steal. Trust me, I know. But there's always a chance to help. You don't have to give the person money or anything, but give them an ear to talk to, a shoulder to cry on. Someone just there to talk. That's what we need, guys. Because we already feel alone in this world. We already feel that we aren't good enough because we've chosen drugs or alcohol over everything, even our own well-being.
Addicts and how they are worthless, and if they put a needle in their arm then they deserve it. But that's someone's mother, someone's uncle, someone's daughter, and that's someone's aunt, someone's son, and someone's father. As I rap, the shit is giving me chills, and I'm speaking off experience, that's how I know it's real. These ignorant motherfuckers will say it's not a disease, and look, I really don't care, you can believe what you believe. I don't care to argue, I don't gotta give you proof. Listen.
You can believe what you want to believe, y'all, but this is a disease. It is. Facts. It is. And you can die from it. But you don't have to. So instead of putting all these people down because they use drugs, because that's the person they are with those drugs in their systems and their psychosis. And I've been watching this person in Greenville, Michigan on his Facebook Live, at deep psychosis, and everyone's all like, he's just a meth head, blah 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 blah. Help him. Send him in the right direction to get help. You don't got to give him money. You don't even got to give him a place to live. But take him to where he can get help. Quit dogging everybody because they're on drugs because you're not. It happens. It's a part of life. It don't have to be, but it is. Unfortunately, drugs and alcohol are everywhere. You just gotta be willing to. The word I'm looking for is very. You just gotta be willing to put forth effort. If they're asking for help, if they're pleading for help, if you can't help them, send them to somebody who can. Instead of trashing and dogging, that ain't gonna help. That's only make it worse. Positive talk, let them know that they're not alone. They can make it a little better.
Experience, that's how I know it's real. These ignorant motherfuckers will say it's not a disease. And look, I really don't care, you can believe what you believe. I don't care to argue, I don't gotta give you proof. Listen, I was taught you don't gotta defend the truth and cure.
I was taught that you don't gotta defend the truth. Which is true. If you're telling the truth, there's no reason to defend it. There's no reason to defend what you're doing. You never have to defend the truth, y'all.
Argue, I don't gotta give you proof. Listen, I was taught you don't gotta defend the truth. Incurable, progressive, and fatal unless arrested. I'm expressing aggression with every sentiment confession. Once a junkie, always a junkie, you're boring me. The last time I checked, there's one ultimate authority.
Once a junkie, always a junkie. You're boring me, guys. You are, because it's not true. It's not true. Almost 19 months strong. Colicchie, 19 years strong. I put needles in my veins. He's put needles in his veins. But I'm not a junkie. I am not. I refuse to be labeled as that. I refuse to be labeled as a junkie deadbeat dad. Because I may have been okay with that 10 years ago. Not today. I'm a good person today. I don't consider myself a junkie anymore.
I'm sick of these remarks and opinions from all these critics. Cause if you never lived it, then trust me, you never get it. Be quiet, you're not allowed to speak about it. If you've never lived it, then you're not allowed to speak about it.
Be quiet, y'all. And have you been in my shoes? Do you know what it feels like to be a junkie? Do you know what it feels like to be an addict or an alcoholic? Oh, you don't? Don't even speak to me then, because you can't tell me how I'm going to get sober and how I'm going to stop using drugs if you have not walked in the shoes that I have. I agree. That's why I believe addicts and recovering addicts are perfect for counselors, drug and alcohol specialists, because why not take advice from a person who's been in your shoes? Why take advice from a person who's never used anything in their life? Because they went to college and got some kind of degree. If you haven't walked in my shoes, then you cannot talk about it. Period.
How often you forget the only time that you should ever open your mouth is to eat a dick. Everybody is dying, it makes me sick. This isn't an epidemic, this is more like an apocalypse. So
on my last song, or last reaction, I quoted Colicchie, just that. It's not an epidemic anymore, guys. It's more like an apocalypse. Epidemic, it can be stopped. Apocalypse is taking out everybody, and that's not cool. Fentanyl, heroin, opioids, methamphetamine, crack cocaine, anything, LSD. They're putting fentanyl in everything, guys. It's time to end the apocalypse.
When I struggle, it's only right that I fight, and my experience recites on how that diamond saved my life. Look, you don't got a clue what I've been through. When I was at my worst, you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. I survived a lot, so it's only right that I smile. When I'm aware of my surroundings, I'm no longer in the now. I'm blown away by every message that I get. It gives me motivation, it's the reason I never quit. We gotta do this together, we must trust. There's no you, there's no me, there's just us.
In this program of Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, there's no you, there's no me, there's us. It's not a me program, it's a we program, guys. I'm here to help. If you need help, shoot me a message. We can do this together, guys. You don't gotta do it alone.
Doing this with courage, I'm doing this with pride. I'm doing this for every single friend that's ever died.
I'm doing this with courage. I'm doing this for pride. I'm doing this for every friend that's ever died. You know, we've lost a lot of people, we have. You know, I can think back all the way to 2008 when my first friend was, one of my friends was found dead. The first heroin overdose I've ever heard of, 2008. Here it is, 2024. And we've lost so many people. I could name 20 people outside of my head who have perished because of fentanyl or heroin or alcohol, methamphetamine, any drug, any alcohol. It's sick. But they're putting fentanyl in everything, guys. Everything. It needs to come to an end. Big Pharma needs to come to an end. I guarantee that's who's doing it. Everyone's saying it's not, but we all know this. It's true.
Dedicate this song to anyone that's lost a loved one. So live your life, cause tomorrow may never come. Be grateful for your past, embrace it, don't get embarrassed. Every day there is more children growing up without their parents.
Be grateful for your past. Embrace it. Your past is what's made you today. Don't be ashamed of your past. Yeah, you'd be ashamed of the person you was, but don't be ashamed of where it's brought you. I can wake up every day happy to wake up because I have a loving life. I have a loving wife. I have a loving family. I'm doing the right things today. I don't have to go back to the way I was. I refuse to, guys. I refuse. So let's do it together.
I felt pain, look, I'm not afraid to cry. My life changed once I was willing to try. I've been given many chances, now it's truly do or die. I'm doing what it takes so my daughter would never see me high. I'm doing what it
He's doing what it takes so his daughter will never see him high. That's how I feel. I'm doing what it takes so nobody ever has to see me high again. Because that's not the man I wanted to be. That's not the man who I am today. I'm happy. I have pride. I look forward to waking up every day. Because I don't have to go out there and worry about how I'm going to get a fix or how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that. That life is in the grave, guys. That life is dead. That's the way I want it. That's the way I love it.
takes so my daughter will never see me high. I'm doing what it takes so my daughter will never see me high. I'm doing what it takes so my daughter will never see me high. I'm doing what it takes so my daughter will never see me high.
Dedication video at the end, guys. So many more addicts are dying more than ever from the disease of addiction. The next time you pick up, it may be our last. Never lose hope. Life is too short. It's too precious, y'all. Thank you, Colicchie, for a great message. Every time I think about the the disease, it scares me. Not because I'm scared about going back and using again. It just scares me because I don't know who I'm going to lose next, because of this. And I don't want to have to lose anybody else. I really don't. So if you need help and you don't know what to do, don't know who to talk to, check me out on Facebook. Shoot me a message on here, on the comments, whatever. I'm here to help, guys. I may not have all the answers. As a matter of fact, I know I don't. But I know where to go to get them, you know. And you don't got to do this alone. You really don't, guys. Appreciate everybody for checking this reaction out. In the description, it's going to be the link to the song, a link to Harbor Hall, which is the residential treatment program that I went through here over in Petoskey, Michigan. You'll have that link and just a link to my Facebook, guys. I appreciate everybody for stepping in, checking me out. If you have not done it before already, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys this week with another one. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a great week. Remember, you don't gotta do it alone.